Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Let's see who is in the building. We have Liz. Hey, Liz. Hey, Leo. Hey, Vanessa. You made it, Vanessa. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Sorry, you guys. I had to. It was a little delay. Had to put one of the fur babies up, the cat, because he was going to meow to the mountaintops that he wanted to go outside. And I didn't want you guys to hear that the whole entire time we're on live. So my apologies. So can everyone hear me good? Because I was on mute. Okay, so you say, yes, I made it. So then that means you heard me. Okay, perfect. So the review on Life After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 46, Love Bombs. Got to check on the fur babies first. Yes, indeed, because otherwise they will definitely make sure to let you know they're going to be a priority whether you like it or not, okay? So if I didn't put him up, next thing you know, you probably would have just heard things just falling, because I don't know about y'all. If y'all know about cats, they have no problem knocking stuff down. So I didn't want to even have to go through that. So yeah, so if I had to rate this episode, like at this point, I don't even know. Like, rating these episodes are pointless. We haven't had a good episode since the first episode. So if I had to rate this episode, I have to rate it as a W, as in whatever. Because I don't know, y'all. Like, I didn't even know really where to put them in order because no one really brought it. So again, it's going to be a W for whatever. Hey, Danielle. I don't know anymore. I feel like production is like we have a cult like following. So no matter what we put up here, they're going to review it, they're going to watch it, and they just don't care anymore. That's what I'm thinking at this point, because I'm just like, you guys are not even putting any effort at this point. D-, well, you definitely gave it better than me. This needs to hurry up and end. Wasn't going anywhere. Exactly, an F. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I think at this point, just entertainment in general, people have become very lazy. It's just like they don't care anymore. They just put stuff out there, and if they have a cult-like following, they just know they're going to make their money. Tyler Perry. But anywho, so with that being said, yeah, I'm going to have to rate it a W. So we're going to get started on, again, Season 5, Episode 46, Love Bombs. And like here we go. Yeah, very lazy. I like to get this heifer out the way. They pretty much have been like the first couple I talk about almost this whole entire season so far. So Daniel and Bianca. So Daniel finds a job, and congratulations to him. Hey, Joseph. You said I give this episode 5 Popeyes biscuits dry. Ooh, not dry. Not dry. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I was about to say, oof, yes, that's bad, Joseph. So he has a job, and it's a moving company. That seems like it places, like moving companies, HVAC systems. What is it? The CDL truck driver. Like those seem to be the go-to jobs for felons. But he ends up finding a job, and she sits up there and she's like, So tell me more. And so he's explaining, what the job is. And she's like, I'm proud of you because you have nothing. You don't have anything. Neither do you, bitch. You don't have anything either but that settlement. The settlement you got. Where did she, you know what, you guys, now that I think about it, where did she get this settlement money from? She claims she can't talk about it, but last time I checked, she said her friend was driving. She didn't know her friend was intoxicated. And the next thing you know, she wakes up and there's an accident. Is she trying to imply without telling us that she may have sued her friend? Because if it was her friend's fault, where did the settlement money come from? That's interesting. Interesting. I'm really trying to figure out where the settlement money came from. Because she makes it seem like it's her friend's fault when she talks about it. Y'all let me know. Yeah. Okay, so you understand where I'm coming from with this. She claims they can't talk about she can't talk about it, but she made sure that she let us know that she didn't know her friend was a little too tipsy, and she got behind the wheel, and the next thing you know, and she showed us the site and everything. So where did you get this money from? Maybe something happened there then. And maybe something happened there, because I can't see her getting a huge settlement from her friend, even if it was her friend's insurance, unless her friend was super rich or something. But I'm just like, I don't know. It seems very interesting. But anywho, that just kind of caught me off guard. But she says you don't have anything. And he chalks it up and says, like, but I have you. And I'm like, do you realize how much she just really looks down at you because she feels like because she has a settlement, nothing else though but a settlement, she's better than you? Like, I wish my significant other would say, I'm proud of you because you don't have anything. Excuse me? That would be the moment I say, you know what? This relationship is over. Hey, Hattori. I skipped them. I can't stand her. I'm serious. Hey, his Bookie Bear. Hey, crew. Yes, it's Shayla. I know. So, yeah. So, at that point, she's like, am I picking you up from work? And he was like, well, I will probably call you. Yeah, or I'll have to take an Uber. She was like, well, I don't know what my day looks like. You don't work. What do you mean you don't know what your day looks like? You're not even looking for a job. Like, she complains about every single thing. The only thing she wants to do is have freaky tales and get pregnant. So she acts like she can't necessarily pick him up because she doesn't know what her day is going to involve. But she drops him off at the job, and she even complains about that, saying she doesn't want to drive. Hey, Miss T, what's up? So yeah, act like she don't want to drive. So when he gets there, she ends up going to some type of game store, like a game store. And so her friend from Florida, she claims is her best friend, if I'm not mistaken, calls her. The same friend that she said is jealous of her. All right. So she's like, oh my gosh, I miss you. Like, you should come out here. And her friend is like, well, what would Daniel say? I mean, I pay all the bills. So, I mean, he doesn't have a choice. Again, Daniel, you know what? If I could be honest, because she even says in this actual episode that she doesn't know if he is trying to take advantage of her and just reaping all the benefits. And honestly, at this point, I hope he is. I hope he's taking advantage of her because I don't like her. Like, at this point, I hope he is really trying to milk you dry because you are so entitled, such an asshole. Like, at this point, I would not blame Daniel not one bit if he is trying to soak up all of your resources and then end up finding him a woman that is going to be more mature, has a job, wants to get a job, way more mature than you. Like, seriously. So at that point, he keeps calling her because he's done with the job. So he keeps calling her because pretty much he's calling saying, hey, come pick me up. She's like, oh my gosh, Daniel's called me like 7 times in a row. Like, oh my gosh, he's so annoying. Give me my me time. I need some me time. And I'm like, okay, you know what? So he just started this job, has to take an Uber home because she doesn't want to pick him up. So let me see. Bianca moved out there to be with him. I'm confused. Exactly. He's only been out for days when she's acting like this. Can you imagine spending 7 years in prison and then getting exactly. Bianca needs to spend some of that money on her raggedy hair. Yeah. So literally, he makes his way home. And baby, when I tell you he was sweaty as hell, he was sweaty, okay? And let me tell you something. This is going to be one thing that Bianca and I definitely agreed on. Don't put your funky, sweaty ass on my couch, okay? That is a no-no. And he literally took his funky, sweaty behind and sat on the couch. He didn't have the plastic on the couch like, you know, our grandmas used to have when you had the plastic still on the couch and you could just wipe the plastic down. No. He straight put his sweaty, funky ass on that damn fabric. And she even said, you really gonna sit down sweaty and stuff like that? And he was like, yeah. She was like, pet peeve. And he was like, honey, not right now. No. I gotta agree with her on that one. Go take a shower or go sit on a chair somewhere. Just go take a shower. Like that, I don't know. That was just disgusting. Like, ugh. I was just like, okay, one thing we can't agree on, Bianca, that is disgusting. And he just clearly is not getting it. So they're talking and she wants to know, of course, like how much he's making so she can claim that they can focus on their future and all of this BS. And so he says, you know, he's going to be making $20 an hour. He has to pretty much work his way up. And then next thing you know, she was like, well, I bought something cute, you know, for us to do together. And he said, how much did this cost? And she's like, $130. And he was like, babe, like, are you kidding me? Like, that's like 7 hours of work for me. And she's like, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about what I spend. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, don't worry about what you spend and don't worry about how much I make if that's the case. Like, at the end of the day, I don't know how much settlement money she has, but how about you get off of your lazy ass at your young age and get a job? Like, there's nothing wrong with you, even with settlement money, trying to find your place in the world and find out what you want to do and create a career. Like, the fact that she's just sitting her ass there, making it seem like she needs me time. What kind of me time do you need? You don't work. You don't have any kids. Like, there is really something wrong with this girl. There's really something wrong with her. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something wrong with her. Like, seriously. Yes, on some elves. Exactly. Bianca is wasting her own money on Ubers. Right. How much me time can a person? Thank you. I just said that. Like, that is just freaking insane to me. She's so damn delusional, so immature. Let me see. I thought she wanted Daniel around and now she's tired of him making make sense. Exactly. This is why I said there's something wrong with this girl. Not in your nasty outside clothes. Not even just the nasty outside clothes. Because let's be clear, people that typically come to your house, you don't necessarily tell them to take off their clothes. Or you may tell them to take off their shoes at the door, but they come in with their outside clothes too. He was sweaty, sticky. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, because trustably, this is why I don't like a lot of people at my house in general. I don't like people at my house. I don't know about y'all, but I am definitely not a host type of person. We'll meet somewhere else. But yeah, I just have an issue where, because I don't know where you've been, but naturally, if people do come over your house, They sit on your couch, but you not about to be sweaty like that coming to my house. Absolutely not. Ain't happening. Ew. Do not sit your outside clothes wearing ass on my couch. Now you got to Febreze the whole couch. They need to get that sucker steamed. It's probably his whole funk smell is probably on that couch now. Proud of Daniel getting the job so quickly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Total loser. I bet she already have spent most of that settlement money, possibly, depending on how much she got. Depending on how much she got, Bianca wants her friend to come so they can drink it up right on camera at that. Same Chris. Hey, Yuli. Exactly. I'm with you. I don't like a lot of company. Yeah, because you don't know where they been. And then I'd rather meet you somewhere. Don't come to my house. And I am that person. Yes, I am that person. If you try to come to my house and I didn't invite you and you're ringing my doorbell, I'm going to ignore it. Yeah, that's me. I'll continue to watch TV and ignore that you're at my door. Did I tell you to bring your ass to my house? No. So you're just going to stand there. Yeah. Until you realize I'm not answering the door or I'm not home and you take your ass home. Yep. The end. So, yeah. So at that point, she's talking about how in any relationship, they need healthy time apart. Well, he's working now. So that's healthy time apart. And you know what would be healthier if you also had a job and he had a job, and the only time you guys see each other is when you're off of work. Yeah, that's what you should do. But again, she's doing all of this complaining, and the only thing that she has done that I guess maybe slightly put in some effort was her moving to another state. Other than that, what has Bianca done? We haven't seen Bianca even cook. We haven't seen Bianca clean. What does Bianca do besides drink and want to have freaky tales and have a baby? Like, seriously. Okay, so you just like me, Vanessa. I don't do pop-ups. Yeah, they will stay on the porch for real. I don't play that stuff. You have to protect your energy and space. Home is supposed preach, Shayla. Because that's one thing I don't play with. Don't bring that negative energy up in my house. I don't think she likes him at all. At least this man is working. She's always complaining. But here's the thing. It's not just even him. When you think about it, that friend that she was on the phone with talking about she missed her so much and she wants her to come visit, this is the same friend that she said was jealous of her. Bianca comes off like she will smile on anybody's face and talk behind their back. She's a friend to no one. She has no loyalty to anyone but herself. That's who she is, in my opinion. Pop up on me. Exactly. Bianca is lazy. Pop-ups are rude as hell. They are. Thank you, Liz. You don't be coming up to somebody's house. Just rude. Get your ass on. Bianca looks like a pillow princess, too. Seriously. And again, you still wonder why her family is not on this show. It's just so-called friends that we've seen from Florida. We haven't seen a relative, a sibling, a cousin, no one. That says a lot about her. So, I mean, at the end of the day, look, I don't even know what to say about this couple no more. I'm ready for them to be done. I really hope they don't come back for another season. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. And as far as I see it, Daniel, if you are using her, hell, use her up. I don't even care. And I can't stand when people use each other. But she's so annoying. Like, I don't care. I don't care. So if that's what you're doing, fine. Go ahead and use her up. I don't know. Just Daniel, but the fact that he's still around, I think he truly is still that mid-20 guy before he went to prison. He likes that type of toxic shit. I can't do it. Hey, Pamela, what's up, Miss Pam? She wants friends, girl, get a job or go to school. Exactly. You would think at this moment you would do whatever you can to figure out your life while you do have a settlement and be able to take that money and turn it into something that's going to create you some profit. But I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of thinking like an adult. But honestly, these kids nowadays with social media and everything else, there's so many things Bianca could probably do and she could start making her some crazy money. TikTok, all of that. All these couples need to be going. You better say that again because I'm over it. I heard there's rumors that oh, hell no. Are you serious, Leo? Oh, Lord. Here's hoping that they won't. at all whatsoever. And maybe the reason why is because he wants the money. But anywho, let's move on. Let's move the hell on. I hope they don't come back. Ugh. So, Kim Ho and Hippie Joe. I have found my names for these fools. Kim Ho, Hippie Joe. So they go to an attorney's office to ask questions about getting a divorce. Okay? Hope none of these couples come back. I hope so too. I heard Bianca found God. Which God are we referring to? You're going to have to be specific on that one. Because when people say God, we need to know what God they praying to. Hey Latina, she wants people she can go out to drink with. Exactly. Hey Diva Law. Yes, honey. Kim Ho and Hippie Joe go to an attorney's office and about her divorce. For whatever reason, they have to have two attorneys come in for one client. TV, strictly TV. So at that point, she decides to give half of the damn story. I love when the scallywag hussies of the world decide to sit up there and always say what someone else did, because she said her husband had an affair, but she keeps herself out of it. And so at that point, she says they've been separated. They're legally separated, which last time I checked, I guess you can get legally separated, but maybe because of how I was raised, you either married or you're not, because legally separated don't mean you won't get back together. But apparently in North Carolina, you have to be separated for at least a year. And she has confirmed that it has been at least a year. But the attorney asked her, was there any type of, freaky tales getting back together within that year? And baby Hippie Joe kind of turned his head like he didn't want to hear the answer to it. Because I was like, you know what you're dealing with. You dealing with Kim Ho. You know what you're dealing with. So at that point, but at the same time, apparently he just as bad. So they deserve each other. So at that point, we find out the husband can't take the house if Kimmy Ho, Hippie Joe, if they end up getting the house. It would be virtually impossible. Like it would be hard for him to do. So at that point, that's when she starts to really get into the nitty gritty of it all. Okay. And she says, well, I have one more question. There's a possibility my husband may not be the father to my first child. Okay. And baby, the way that they looked at her, they was like, oh my gosh, we have a whore. We have a whore sitting in front of us. What in the hell? I'm clutching my pearls. What did we just hear? And so at that point, she, of course, wants to know if he would have any legal rights to the child if they find out that the child is not his and the child belongs to Hippie Joe. And the attorney says yes, because legally he has been the father. His name is on the birth certificate. You guys got married and he pays child support. So at that point, the lady is, first of all, I don't know if they were real attorneys, because even the lady was like putting her hand on her chin, like she was trying to show that she was really thinking hard about the questions that Kimberly was asking her. And I was like, you just doing a little bit too much overacting for me. But with that being said, Hippie Joe is like, well, I can't see him taking my child. If that child belongs to me, I can't see him doing that. So she's like, okay, well, here's the thing. In order for you to actually gain the rights, like you would have to go through the process to gain the rights for that child. But here's the issue. Here's the issue. He's been paying child support. So if you do switch over the rights to Hippie Joe, he may ask for that child support back. And that's when homegirl, all of a sudden, I guess the elevator went upstairs and she realized, I gotta pay it back. And she's like, yeah, now it'll be up to him But technically, if that's not his child, he can request it back. And she was like, I need that money to take care of my kids. And when she says kids, that's including Joey, as you guys already know. And then Joey had the nerve, hippie Joe said, here he go interfering like he really got rights to anything. He ain't even got no damn job. He's like, well, we can't be asking him for money and worried if we're going to get paid. He said, if we're going to get paid. And the attorney was looking like, we the lawyer quickly said, well, you know that money is for the kids. And he was like, well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so at that point, she was like, I can't pay him back. That's like $2,500 a month. Now, just the thought of that $2,500 a month is what this man allegedly pays. And hippie Joe spent $2,200 of that money out of her account, should tell you 10 times over he ain't shit. And she's like, I can't pay him back. I don't even want to know at this point who's the baby daddy, because it's going to hurt people. And I'm like, you mean it's going to hurt your pockets? And my thing is, the way that you have such a reputation in Eden, North Carolina, I'm starting to question who the second boy belongs to. I'm just saying. Because I'm just like, honey, let's make this clear. You got such a huge reputation. I don't put it past you that hippie Joe wasn't the only guy that you was dealing with while you was with your husband. I just don't trust you. Okay? I don't. So at that point, that's when their session goes off. But baby, the way they was looking at her, like, we are dealing with the town whore for real. That money went to those rents. Exactly. She looked like a deer in headlights when that lady said she sure did. Never is given pity wise. Has she realized that she put this on TV? For real. This is what I'm saying. I'm telling you, Joey never needs to wear stripes. Kim has been spending all the baby money. Exactly. When that lawyer said the reverse child support, I said, got him. For real. So now at this point, the husband is probably going to be like, oh yeah, I need to know ASAP. He would do it just out of spite. And I wouldn't blame him. When they said he paid child support, I said, that's the money hippie Joe spending. Exactly. And that's why he said really quick, we can't be asking for money and worried if he's going to pay us. Ain't no us in this, fool. Oh my gosh, not the man from the movie Thinner. Oh my gosh, Leo. Damn. Oh my gosh. Let the house dream go, for real. She need about 2 or 3 jobs, and so does he. For real. That money, exactly. Joy was like, F them kids. That money is my meal ticket. Exactly. Because you notice how he was real quick to interrupt and say, to pay us. There's no us in this. So that tells you right there who Joey is. Tells you right there. He see this as an opportunity. He ain't trying to work. He is not trying to work. And the sad part about it is Kim Ho would be the chick to sit up there and take care of that man fully just so she could say that relationship is working. Get the hell up out of here with this nonsense. This is the face she gonna make when Joey end up leaving her after she tapped dry. And I ain't just talking about her pocketbooks. Because something else, I'm surprised that she ain't dry already. And she ain't got a desert going on down there as much as she done had guys in and out of there. But anywho, with that being said, I ain't gonna go too far on that. Yes, those clothes look weird on him. He's built I haven't seen that movie in so long. Now you're gonna make me want to watch it. That was Stephen King. Was it Stephen King stuff? Where's that dirt bike? Exactly. And he lied with a straight face. And it's so funny how he's so quick to sit up there and say that Kimberly's a liar. Well, so are you, sir. So are you. So that's why y'all belong together. So anywho, let's move on to Zuzu and Troy. So Zuzu and Troy, they end up going to the good old Green Haven, the dispensary. And they're acting like a kid in a candy store. And baby, she shows Troy her favorite pills, representing all different feelings like bliss and love. And he said, "Yeah, I bet you like them love pills." And she was like, "Well, I haven't tried them yet." And I'm like, "Are you sure? I mean, since you cheated, we don't know what you've actually tried, Zuzu." So they're getting all of this stuff from the dispensary, and I'm trying to figure out how, because literally just 2 episodes ago, they couldn't pay not only the building rent, but they apparently couldn't even pay the rent for their actual apartment. So how is it that you can sit up there and say you're in such a financial bind, but you can go here to get some goodies? And what I do know is, because y'all know I am not an expert in that area, but what I do know is you get a couple of things from that bad boy, you're going to spend some money. When people go there, they spend hundreds on top of hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. So I doubt very seriously it was cheap. Okay? Seriously. Yeah, Troy nails scare me. Hey, Michelle, they scare the hell out of me. Exactly. Exactly, Miss T. You ain't never tried it, but you claim those are your favorite. They are expensive. That's why at this point, because the government is taxing it, so it has to be expensive. And they had a lot of stuff. I was like, but you can't pay your rent, remember? How does that even make any sense? So at that point, they end up going to this park at night. And I said, what in the hell? Who goes to the park at night? I don't care if you have a freaking production team. Like, I don't care if you in the nicest neighborhood in the world. Who goes to the park at night? So at that point, they getting lit or whatever the case may be. And she does finally say something nice to Troy. She tells Troy, "Well, thank you for adopting my son. It means the world to me." And they hug, and Troy cries because he was just like, "Hey, Kashari, are you new? Hello, hello. If you're new, tell us that you're new." But yeah, so he cries and he was just like, "I can't have no little boy without a father." And it was a touching moment until this heifer start talking about wanting to have a kid and if they gonna have a kid. And then this freaking scallywag says she's not on birth control. And Troy doesn't know. Doesn't know. So let me get this straight. And make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. Let me get this straight. He doesn't know that you're on your birth control. He doesn't know that you're on your BC. However, you're trying to convince us, apparently, what you guys told me on a live that she had, or she was trying to explain herself. She's trying to convince us that Troy told her to stop taking her bipolar medication. Because I believe you guys told me that allegedly she said Troy told her to stop taking her bipolar medication. So I don't know if I can believe this, that you literally have a man that told you to stop taking your bipolar medication, but you hiding that you're not taking your BC. Like, if that ain't some trifling type of stuff, I don't know what is. And again, this is if it's not a storyline just for the show, but I'm sorry. Anybody who stops their birth control and doesn't tell their man, their husband, that they stopped taking their birth control is trifling as hell. Trifling as hell. So literally, and then she had the nerve to say she stopped taking the BC. I hope I could say I don't see why I would get flagged talking about birth control, but she claimed she stopped taking the BC because her face was breaking out. Child, ain't the reason why your face breaking out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You ain't no way in hell. Oh, okay. So Kashari, I hope I'm saying your name is new. You guys definitely welcome Kashari to the crew. Welcome, Kashari. Welcome to the crew. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, so I don't believe that these stories are not adding up. They're not adding up. Let me see. Rent, dermatologist priorities. Do they have a pill for I don't know if they have a pill for acne, but I had to chuckle on that. Okay, so she did say that. Yeah, I think you guys came and told me she said that. So I'm like, that don't even make no sense to me. I never heard women say that BC make their skin break out. And yeah, I haven't heard that either. Now that I think about it, but then again, who knows, child? Birth control. That's what I thought. But hey, it is what it is. Yes, welcome her to the crew. Is actually supposed to be good for acne. That's what I thought too. Child, she got every excuse in the book, don't she? A reason why she claims she stopped taking her bipolar medicines because of Troy. She ain't taking her BC because her face breaking out. But yet her face is still broken out and she caking all that makeup on her face. It ain't adding up. It's just not. I just know them attorneys wanted to call her every Jezebel in the book when Kim said she didn't know. Baby, the way they was looking at her, they was like, ooh, do I smell a whore? That's exactly what it was. They were like, we just gonna nod versus saying what we really want to say. That's what we're gonna do. Because they in the Bible Belt, honey. They in the South. So dang on well, they was looking at her like, Why are these women trying to have kids and none of them have parenting classes? Baby, when I tell you, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, so with that being said, she pretty much really wants to kind of sneak and have a baby and let him not know that, well, I don't know what happened, because he says specifically, we already have 2 mouths to feed. We already got 2 kids we got to take care of. Like, this is definitely not the moment to have another child. But of course, she gonna do what the hell she want to do. So then Troy, the next time we see them, Troy's about to take their son to the museum. And then all of a sudden, when he getting ready, he get a call from his infamous mama Karen. And it's like, what you doing, Troy? And he was like, I'm about to take, to our son to the museum. And she pretty much said, okay, well, we got a problem. There's something going on. And then their scene ends. Now, I'm trying to figure out what that something is. I don't know if it has something to do with his daughter. I hope not. But either way, what I do know is that I am hoping that all of this drama that is apparently happening on social media with Karen and Zeruiah and Troy, we're going to get a little taste of that on this season. Because, baby, at this point, they need Karen back. Do you hear me? We need Karen. Karen can save this show. She really can. She can really save this show. We just need her. Give her 2 gummies and she gonna be entertaining as hell. Hell, we don't even need to have gummies with Karen. Karen is a character within herself without them damn gummies. At this point, we need Karen back. We really do. We really do. So let's see. According to Troy's mother, her face is messed up because of the shots to the face from. Oh my. Oh my. Damn, the mama going in like that, huh? Oh my. I don't even know what to say. What do you say when someone says something like this? Yes. I guess I just found out. See, Don, what's up, by the way? I just found out. Oh my. She doesn't even take care of the one child she has. Right. It's like a trap baby. Hey, Ashley J, I'm late, but I agree. It's a lot of nothing going on with them. They just need to show care. I'm telling you, we need Karen, baby. We need Karen. Those 2 episodes that she was mainly on, I was thoroughly entertained. Crazy world when Troy is the voice of reason. Ain't that the damn truth? Ain't that the truth? I wonder, is it with the daughter because she's coming back on the show and her mother? Maybe. I heard that too. Kim looks. No. Kashari is new and already flatline joke. Y'all remember Rodney Dangerfield, right? Oh my gosh. Don't make me put a picture up. Do y'all remember Rodney Dangerfield? OMG. I'm going to have to put his picture up. Oh, that's an old school name, but damn, the way she be making her facial expressions, you are right. Oh my gosh. Karen says Z was doing something inappropriate with. Okay, Karen, okay. Oh gosh, Karen is being a Karen. Come on now, you just taking stuff too far with that. Karen is the only entertaining cast member. Ain't that the dang on truth? I'm still laughing at her when she was up in that church. Put it up. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's it. Okay. I'm about to get. Hold on. Hold on, Kashari. See what you started, Kashari. That's all right though. You welcome to the crew. You family at this point, because baby, that just took me out. Rodney Dangerfield. I think Rodney Dangerfield is I think he gone. Ain't he gone, y'all? Oh my gosh, I found the perfect picture. I found the perfect picture. Oh my gosh, I hate y'all for this. I'm about to put this picture up. Oh my gosh. I hate y'all for this. Why? Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, I'm about to put it up. Damn y'all. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hate y'all for this. Oh my gosh, but y'all know I love a good comparison photo. I ain't gonna be able to do the comparison, but oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. It's coming. It's coming. Oh my gosh. That is truly the face she made when she found out she may have to give that child support back. OMG. I hate y'all. Oh my gosh. Dang, you get this thing off of here. Yes. Oh my gosh, you do. Thank you. Mic drop for Kashar. I'm telling you, that is the joke of the night. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. New crew member came in not playing any games. Oh my gosh, she does. She looked just like that man. Facial expressions and all. Oh, you think that's Kim's real daddy when I tell you, baby, when I tell you. Okay, so back to it. So yeah. So with that being said, the episode goes off. I mean, well, not the episode, but their part section goes off. They need Karen back. They need Karen back. Without Karen, there is no show at this point. There is no. Yeah, I thought he was gone. I forgot what I used to watch Rodney Dangerfield on. I definitely he was a part of my childhood. That's for sure. I do, Chris. He's from our era. Go ahead, because I'm telling you, he gets no respect. He doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss something that he did that we find out about people later on? And if I did, just kind of say yes. Don't get explicit, of course, because it can get flagged. But oh my gosh, yes, you gotta go to timeout for a bit, though, because Kasari's welcome at this point. She definitely got him with that one. That is for sure. Were they related with a little bit of Don Knotts from the Andy Griffin show for real? So yes, I think that's his slogan. He was huge in the 80s. He was huge in the 80s. In I don't know what you mean by in, but I'm kind of scared to even ask you, Michelle. But just make sure, just tell me if it's like Nickelodeon is what you're trying to imply. You talking about the whole Nickelodeon scandal? Just say Nickelodeon. That's what you're trying to, or something of that effect, or of that same magnitude. Just let me know, but don't get into details. So yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna move on from them. Speaking of another mama who can bring her crazy ass back that will probably entertain us, teeny little fizzle pop and Rob. Oh, I don't get enough respect. I don't even remember his slogan. I just remember his bugged out eyes. That's what I remember. The facial expressions you used to make. Teeny little fizzle pop and Rob. So, teeny little fizzle pop is pretty much Rob's mama 2.0. Because the last time we saw them, they were into an argument about Tennie getting a job. And then, of course, she had to bring up the tattoo. And while she's making up the bed, she says that she was being petty. She only brought up the tattoo because he mentioned her getting a job in 2 weeks, and she was being petty, and it feels good to be petty sometimes. And I was like, okay. See, Rob don't realize he just married a prettier, more quiet version of his mama, but still like his mama. But okay, so she thought that was cute. But with that being said, she does apologize to him and about how, well, she says, I apologize, but her comeback is, in my opinion, it's not even a real apology, because her comeback, she says, well, in my defense, it's hard juggling being a mom and a wife. Girl, women do that every day, B. What are you talking about? It's hard juggling being a mom and a wife. Women do that every day. What are you talking about? So that's why I said that wasn't no apology. She just trying to sit up there and make an excuse for the fact that she just spent money knowing dang on well she didn't need to spend that money. Point blank, period. I was just like, you truly act like what you do is hard work. What do you mean it's hard juggling being a mom and being a wife? If you want your kids to be able to have those opportunities of having season passes everywhere, whatever the case may be, get you a damn job. Don't expect for him to sit up there and constantly pay for everything. So with that being said, they make up. Rob, one thing about Rob that I'm noticing, in my opinion, Rob, in my opinion, tries to buy love and tries to buy understanding and tries to buy acceptance. I think he was truly taught at a very young age that the only way people are going to love you is by what you give them. I am starting to think that is the case because it truly, he operates in that way. He really does. So with that being said, he ends up going to see his father. Okay, I didn't even know he had a father in his life, but he said his father was in and out of his life. Him and his mom used to, constantly, be together, not be together. He ends up going to see his daddy. And so at that point, they playing basketball. And the father even says that, him and his mom went back and forth. They, were together really young. And interesting enough, one thing that Rob says is that he says, my mom went crazy for a minute. I told you about the welcome home party, and she put hands on Tennie. And from what we saw that Tennie put hands on the mama first. So are we missing something here? Like, did they not show that part or something? Because what we hear him first say is, and again, they could have just edited even what he said or the actual fight footage, but he says she put hands on Tennie. So I don't know. I don't know, but he says that, and the dad is like, yeah, I ain't really shocked by that. And he even tells the cameras, like, that's pretty much her normal behavior, and she's very immature. So when he sits down and he talks to his father, what is so crazy is he says, I used to have more peace in the streets. The streets were more peaceful than being at home. And I said, boy, if that ain't a sign of a toxic mama, I don't know what is. When you say, because mind you, he went to jail at like 18. So when you say at that young age that it was more peaceful for you to be on the streets with your head on a swivel, because when you doing that type of stuff, your head has to be on a swivel. It has to be on a swivel. You're constantly wondering if the cops are going to get you or if other people are after you. And you trying to say that it was more peaceful doing that than being at home. And after we saw how his mama got down, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. But when he said that, I said, all this guy need or all he wants is love and understanding. And I truly feel like he feels he has to get that love and understanding through his pockets. That's the way his mother probably loved on him, whatever he provided for her. And it makes me wonder with Tennie. I think Tennie does care for him, but it makes me wonder if Tennie would care for him as much if he wasn't the provider that he was. I just got to put it out there. I do not know. And the fact that, I think, Shayla, you said she's spoiled. She been out of work for too long. Apparently, it's only been a year. A year ain't really nothing to be out of work. But again, she's very dramatic because the episode when he said you're going to have to go back to work, she was like, I've been working my whole life. Tennie, you're in your 30s, your early 30s at that. You're 34 years old. What do you mean you've been working your whole life? Like most people work at least 40 years, 50 years. That's the way we're built. That's the way you get your good pension and everything else. What are you talking about? So I don't know. I just feel like he kind of married his mama, but she's just a little bit more slick and passive aggressive with it. I can't put a finger on Tennie yet. She comes off very sweet. She comes off very understanding. But after that fight situation and the way that, you know what I'm saying, like she smushed that mama's face like that, if that was the first point of contact, yeah, I don't know what to think about Tennie on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, the mama was all up in her face, but Tennie got into her face first. So again, Tennie comes off like she's sweet and quiet, but at the end of the day, it seemed like Tennie, she just kind of more slick with it. She ain't out with it like that. So let me see what you guys are saying. You can't rob mother or something else for real. You could tell, oh yeah, she definitely is. She swung at Tennie as she was falling. She did. She got a good bop in though. She really did. After Tennie mushed her face, she bopped her real quick, but then she fell. I mean, her own son made her fall, if you be quite honest. Yeah, that's what we saw. But then again, I don't know if the editing, there's something else. Because what we saw is that she put hands on that mama first. Boy, you look just like your daddy. Just like him. I don't know. I think he probably a good blend of both of them. I know when he said that that's a role model, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's yearning for love and understanding and acceptance. And he does it by what he can provide, which is why he has said before, like, if I don't have this, like, is this all I'm good for? So yeah, he really wants unconditional love. She's been out of work for too long, spoiled, nasty attitude, petty, doesn't work in good marriage. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's a piece of work. She just makes it seem like she quiet, but I think she kind of got another side to her. She put the time limit on it. I thought she was the one that said give her 2 weeks. Yeah, I think she was upset. Hey, T Pretty. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I think she was upset over the fact that when she said that, he said, yeah, but you claim you're going to get a job in 2 weeks or whatever. She really don't want to work. So I just feel like she was just trying to be extremely petty and stupid over the fact that she didn't want to admit that she was wrong about that $250 that she spent. And even with that fake apology, she said, in my defense. And when you got to come back with in my defense, it ain't no real apology. So keep it. Oh, mama coming back when they showed the trailer for the rest of the season. Good. Please tell me what is the purpose of her getting a job. Thank you. And we about to get into that. I need Tennie to find every participant a job as soon as she got her. Like, literally, Tennie swung for that. I mean, that's what we saw. She just got her workers. Exactly. So with that being said, we find out that Tennie ended up getting a paralegal job. And I want to say they said it was like $50K, which I'm going to assume that's good money as a paralegal in Oklahoma. But either way, she's able to get a job. And so at that point, they end up going out. And next thing you know, this fool, Rob, is like, okay, well, since you got a full-time job now, let's have a baby. Excuse me, sir. You just got out of prison. You've been in there since you were 18 years old. Okay. And you wanted her to get a job. And one of the first things you say is when she gets a job, that now you want her to have your baby. Make this, how does it even make sense? Even her face scrunches up like, what the heck? And so at that point, because I'm like, you didn't even get a chance to be a teenager or a young adult. And you talking about you want a child. And so at that point, I'm like, what if she got pregnant tomorrow? Like she just started that job. So I'm just, it didn't even make any sense what the hell he said. I was just like, really, Rob? So at that point, she's like, well, we got teenagers now, we got kids now, but having a whole baby, all of that stuff, that take a lot of work. And I just gotta, I don't know if you're gonna necessarily be there because she's still, of course, traumatized by her two first baby daddies. And she was like, well, I'm not saying that, but I am traumatized. But hey, let's do it. If that's what you want to do, let's do it. And I'm like, these doofus, like this don't even make no sense. Hey, Sincere. And let me guess, he want her to work her entire pregnancy. Right. Now that you got a job to take care of the baby, I want you to sit up there and be a paralegal while you pregnant. Which, of course, women do it all the time, but you don't find too many women who literally are purposely trying to get pregnant they first year or they first couple of months being at a new job. Alex B, what's up? You gonna rewind this? Replay gang. And she already have two that's in school, right? I think she agreed to the baby eventually because she can get another break from work. Exactly. You just claimed about $250. Now you want another baby. Like, yeah, you're gonna be spending $250 probably a week in diapers. And you talking about $250 on a season pass. Does he not know? Of course he doesn't know. He don't know how expensive kids are. He don't. He's in a rush. It's too much. He wants everything done at once. Exactly. But my whole thing is take a couple of years. I mean, she's 34. She's like, my biological clock is ticking. There are women who are having kids in their 40s at this point. Technology is really is well. Take a couple of years to just enjoy your life. Like, you don't need to be having a freaking baby at this point. Like, come on. This is my favorite spoiler channel. I watch you before the episode sometimes. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Alex B. I appreciate the love. So, yes, I was just like, this don't even make no sense. So then, of course, when they get home, he talking about he don't need to wrap it up no more. And then, of course, they do this heavy production scene where he gives the wrap it ups to the freaking production company saying, maybe you'll need these. And then they close the door. And is it just me, or when he was pouring that Moscato, he was spilling it too? Did y'all see him spilling it on the side? And wasn't he actually pouring that in the bedroom? Did y'all see that Moscato spilling? I said, sir, don't be wasting good liquor now. Have you lost your mind? And don't be spilling it in the bedroom. This is, anyways. These couples don't think things through, and this economy is sick. I don't care where. Shayla, don't give me nightmares, okay? When I tell you this economy is trash. Like, seriously. Like, I'm on the verge where I'm like, shoot, do I need to give me a second job just so I can sit up there and just have a good cushion? Like, I remember the times where I can have a good cushion, and it would be a good cushion not just for emergencies, but to be like, shoot, I just want to go, to Cabo or something. Child, please. Like, this economy is dirt trash. Why are all these couples desperate to have babies so soon? Exactly. Don't ask me why, because Lord knows kids are expensive, and you don't know necessarily what's going to come with that child. You hope that child's going to be healthy, but you don't necessarily know. I think that's what's so frustrating this season with these couples. Exactly. Babies are the new castmate. That's why they got to find a way to be. Yeah, it seems that way, right? Like, same. I feel like you talking about the economy. Yes. This economy is trash. I don't care where you live, but I live in the trashy of the trashy. California. Yeah, California. Yeah. Yes. I was born and raised here, but when I tell you this is a whole different California at this point, Child, don't get me started. So yeah, so at that point they close the door and then their scene goes off. And honestly, you know what really makes me nervous about her having a kid so soon too? Why do I feel like Teenie would have her daughter watching that child? The daughter has already sacrificed so much time and not her being a teenager by every weekend going to see Rob in prison and them staying there all day. Like, I just feel like that baby would have to watch her little brother or sister and still would be robbed of time that she could be doing extracurricular activities, being with her friends, kid stuff, teenager stuff. Every time we see them hanging out at home or being with Teenie. And granted, we're on a TV show, but are they involved in anything? Like, these kids should be involved in activities, sports, performing arts, something. It's just like, like, I feel like she would be like, yeah, so daughter, I need you to watch your brother, your sister, just like Mel with Mike and Justine. Mel is pretty much second mama to Manhattan Barbie. She's pretty much second mama to her. So are the producers giving them the same storyline at this point? It seemed like it, don't it? It seemed like it. Kerok is key rocking again. Remember old Kerok when we was like, Kerok need to calm the hell down? Well, that Kerok is back. We saw it at this episode. So it starts off with them being at that very heavy production wedding. And I can't stand when Britney started doing that whining. Babe, I have to tell you something. I spoke to the PO and they think that being married won't work. And babe, I really want to do this, but not without our family. So, of course, at this point, Kerok feels slighted, feels embarrassed. So at that point, he needs some space. Okay? Needs some space. Because he is upset that Britney didn't tell him from the beginning. And granted, she should have. I don't know what the time lapse was from the dress shopping to that, but that should have been something that should have been said immediately. But interesting enough, when she goes to coffee and Shayla, her best friend, and she tells the story, this is the close-up they give, and I don't know about y'all, but it looked like they about to laugh. Now, I don't know if this was just a voiceover situation, but they look like they are trying to hold their laughter and not bust out laughing. So I really don't know what to believe in this situation, but what I will say is this. All of a sudden, Kerok is upset, saying it's not going to be a marriage. He told the pastor, sorry, bro, whatever the case may be, but we ain't about to get married. And then next thing you know, look at them eyes. Now, I'm all for saying that some people can really act their butts off, but look at them eyes. Them eyes look like Kerok is about to morph into Keroking again, okay? So at that point, Kerok is upset. Kerok is like, I pretty much do everything for you. I do everything to make you happy. And she's like, but babe, I know I love you. I really want to marry you, but I'm just saying this is not the right time. And he's like, F that. I'm going to Houston. I'm going to Texas. F that. So interesting enough, they're driving home. Interesting, it's raining, I guess. Raining, and he's looking at her like, I can't believe her. I can't believe her ass. And then all of a sudden, the next scene, Kerok is packing to go to Texas. Okay? Because Kerok is mad and is on some petty shit. So Britney is like, you ain't going nowhere. Britney sits on the luggage and is like, you are pissing me off. And then Kerok starts with the aggression. Yeah, I said it, the damn aggression. The same aggression that we saw in the beginning when we first met Kerok and how uncomfortable we were with how Kerok, uncomfortable with Britney. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting tongue tied. How uncomfortable we were with how Kerok was talking to Britney. Because remember, when we first saw Kerok was like very sharp with his tongue, and how it was like, hurry up and do this, hurry up and do that. Like, it was giving vibes like it was, you know what I'm saying, like some working girl shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was giving vibes like that. Well, to me, a little bit of that came back out. Not even a little bit, because let me tell you something. When Kerok went outside and Britney followed him, they're walking and they're arguing, and Kerok is like, you arguing, and we arguing in front of people, and then, you know, when we argue in front of people, we doing all of this, and, you know, the cops can get called. And she's like, ain't nobody about to call the cops, or whatever the case may be. And he's like, excuse me for being paranoid, because I was in prison for 7 years. And if y'all saw that moment, if y'all saw the moment that I'm talking about, when he said that, he kind of did that "knuck if you buck" type of, like, I'm punking you. Did y'all notice that when he said, excuse me if I've been paranoid because I was in prison for 7 years? I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that whole little move right there, totally unacceptable. And you did that in front of the camera. In front of the camera, you did that. So I can't even imagine their arguments when the cameras are not there. So Brittany's whole thing is, you're only trying to go to Texas because you're mad because we did not get married and I didn't tell you. And why don't you just wait another week? I waited for you for a whole year to come out. Why don't you just wait a week or whatever? Pretty much begging Kerok to stay. And Kerok is like, either way, I have to go. I need to clear my mind, but I'll stay an extra week. And at this point, honestly, with all of that temper tantrum nonsense and wanting to move to Texas ASAP after that, I would have said, bye, ninja. Like, I'm not about to beg for you to stay nowhere. I'm really not. And the fact that Kerok was like, I'm not breaking up with you, I just need to clear my head. Fine. Get the hell on then. Get the hell on. Because remember, it was all about, I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you. I will stay here until you get approved. Now, all of a sudden, because you embarrassed and you didn't get your way when it came to that wedding, now you ready to go to Texas. Kerok definitely gave me the vibes that he gave me in the beginning when we first got introduced to Kerok. I'm not feeling it. When he did that "knuck if you buck," I had an issue with that. Big time issue. And I don't know. But look at that. Look at Kerok's eyes right there. Look at the eyes. I always tell y'all it's in the eyes. Look at them damn eyes. Like, turn it into something else. Seriously. And look at the eyes there. Just mad. Kerok got a temper. It is very clear Kerok got a temper. And I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Trans man or not, I'm not feeling it. Like, that whole 7 years and like literally kind of getting in her face like that. Nah, homie. That's not cool at all whatsoever. Hey, Tracy. He does look like he could be on the ID channel. The eyes look like it was a flip in the head. There was a switch that was turned on or off. Them eyes was like, ooh, like, this ain't good. Yeah, that's the vibes it's giving, Leo. That is the vibes. That I keep forgetting that the cameras are here, but if the cameras weren't here, I would really say and do what I really want to do. That's what it was given. Just my opinion on the situation. But again, this is what we're seeing on the show. From them eyes to the way that he kind of bucked up at her about that 7 years in prison, I didn't like it at all whatsoever. I did not. Now, granted, we have seen Britney get upset because that time when they was in the hotel, when they went to go see her grandmother, and she was like, Kerok, I swear to God, don't mention my parents no more. You could tell she about that life too when she's finally had enough. But it to me, it was a lot. A lot happened here that I was not feeling. And I was like, this is the first couple of episodes where we saw Kerok. And how we was like, what the hell is going on here? He don't know how to talk to her. And he definitely has a temper. There's a switch that goes on and off. I think I said, hey, Tracy. If not, I'm sorry. Hey, Tracy. Although Kerok is a he now, there's still a lot of hormones raging like a woman, in my opinion. No shade. Well, somebody said when we first got introduced to Kerok, when I was doing the reviews on that, someone said those the shots, the T shots that Kerok gets could make them aggressive, apparently. So I don't know, but I don't know how long that transition is or whatever the case may be, but I don't know. But what I do know is it don't look good, because again, if you're willing to do it on camera, what are you willing to do off camera? You know what I mean? Kerok was looking like, if these cameras were right. Okay, so I'm not the only one who felt that way. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. It's very controlled. It comes off that way. It comes off that way, which is why I feel like that's why Britney always feel like she got to go into baby talking mode to try to keep Kerok's temper down. Because every time she talks and it's about to be especially something uncomfortable or whatever the case may be, she always goes into that baby talk that annoys the hell out of me. And then she starts crying because I feel like she feels like that's going to give her some leeway. It was very weird. And at first, it didn't happen for a long time. So I was just like, okay, maybe that's just, those couple of times just getting out of prison, whatever the case may be. At this point, Kerok has been out, I want to say, a good year or two. This may be who Kerok is. Maybe it's still the shots. I don't know. He knows that may be why he tries to you talking about the anger issues. I mean, it just seems that way. Look at those eyes. Y'all know how I am about the eyes. When I saw that, when I was watching the episode, I was like, ooh, like, okay. Yeah, the injections. Remember, in jail, he was getting them for free, but out of jail, he have to pay for it, right? But remember, he was still getting them, because remember that time he was saying that he used to get them administered through the nurse, but then he had to start doing them himself. And then he ended up possibly taking too much. And remember, he got sick. He started sweating and was feeling really bad. So yeah, so maybe it's that, but I don't know, y'all. Britney should have told him before they went to the park. True. I'm not denying that. I definitely said she was wrong to wait at that point, but it's just something that triggers Kerok, like, I'm so embarrassed. And I'm like, I mean, let's be clear. A lot of this stuff was probably done by production. How embarrassed really are you? Like, you're that embarrassed. Like, one thing that we did learn about Kerok in the last season, Kerok cared too much about what people think about him. Remember, that was a big issue last time, where Kerok cared too much. When you're going through this transition process, you're going to have judgment. Hell, people have judgment, you know what I'm saying, in anything that they do in their life. So, but Kerok has always been one to be so focused on what people think, why people think a certain way, being upset about how people think. Kerok got to let it go. Like, when you going to live whatever life you want to live, you have to understand that you may have to go in that life alone, as long as you're happy in that life. But Kerok cared too much about what people think, which is why all of a sudden it was, I'm embarrassed. Yes, the aggression. Oh yeah, he did take too much. Kind of like, yeah, it seemed like it was just like he was sweaty and stuff in the bed. Production loves a park scene, right? Because it's free. And they could do the scene real quick and leave without any permits. He definitely cared too much, broke and driving the beat. I'm telling you, care too much about appearances and stuff. I'm telling you. So at that point, after all of the begging and the crying, Kerok decides to stay for a week. Whatever. I think at this point, they're both in Houston, right? So look, it is what it is. So final couple, and I'm keeping them last just because I don't know how I feel about this, y'all. So let's talk about it. So Of course, when they come back after seeing the attorney, Mike is still upset over the fact that she wants Kylie to take care of the boys if something happens to her. Sidebar though, does anybody know what Justine racial makeup is? What is Justine? Because I assume that maybe she was Spanish of some sort, but we know she doesn't speak Spanish. And you could still be, you know what I'm saying, Latina and not know Spanish. Like there are people out there who don't know Spanish, but we remember that in one of the last seasons when Mike's mom was trying to speak Spanish in front of her, and Mike said, "Don't do that because you know she don't know how to speak Spanish." What is Justine's racial makeup? What is her mother? I'm curious at this point. Like, what is the racial makeup? But anyways, with that, he's like, I'm still upset about that. And the reality is, based on what we see, Mike can't handle his own kids, let alone her kids. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she kind of put her foot down because it's not like she said in that conversation, okay, I'll let the kids be with you. She was still adamant about Kylie taking care of her boys, even though Kylie is a child her dang on self. But she was still adamant about it because she was just like, I want her to be a help for you or whatever. She does not feel comfortable with Mike raising her boys. That's just what it is. And he was like, you talking about I'm a good parent, but like that affects me. And I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe if you get your blood pressure down as well as your stress levels down, maybe she'll rethink it. But at this point, yeah, if you're gonna sit up there and bust a hole in my wall over the fact that you mad at them sitting up there doing typical boy stuff and fighting, yeah, I may be a little hesitant too. Like, Justine acts like her daughter said, yes, exactly. I skipped this couple, not vampire. Is she Afro-Latina? Maybe she is. She could be white and black. She could be, white and black. I just think, I mean, do I know anyone? Like, I know, because Afro Latina and say like Hispanic, to me, they're different. Like, we have Afro Latinas here, but we have a lot of Hispanic people here who are from like Mexico and Guatemala and stuff like that. But I don't know that many Afro Latinas that can't speak any Spanish. I don't know. I'm sure there are some out there, but they know a little bit of something. She seemed to be completely clueless when she heard the mom speaking in Spanish. But I mean, it's possible. I thought she was full Latina. Never saw her father, at least. Don't know if they ever showed him. The mom looks white. Yeah, the mom would look like she could be white, but again, she could be a white Latina. You know what I mean? I see why she wants her sister or whoever to take over. You talking about to take over the kids? She talking about Kylie's her daughter. But how is he good enough to make babies but not leave? Exactly. And this is why she even says she's always made bad decision in men. You sit up there and you marry them or you're with them and having babies with them for superficial reasons, not really knowing if they're willing to take care of their kids and never abandon their kids. And my thing is, I don't think that necessarily Mike will abandon them, but understand Mike hasn't really raised any of his kids. He was in prison for a good, 6 or 7 years? When he went to prison, Mel was like in elementary school. You know what I mean? So, and who knows how much he was really involved in her life. He may have provided for her financially, but there's something else that comes into play when you have to raise those kids. You have to literally be there when they're sick. You have to help them with their homework. You have to go to, parent conference teacher, you know what I'm saying, like meetings and stuff like that. That's a whole different ball game. And I don't think he has the patience for that. Like, he would probably need his sister to move out there and keep his mama out there and all of that stuff for him to be able to work while they take care of that. Justine is definitely clueless. Beautiful lady that's just mixed with Dumb and Dumber. She didn't. She was like, look, I'm trying to live my life and go to school. And she's still adamant about Kylie taking care of her brothers, which is so freaking selfish. But with that being said, and another thing is, do anybody in that family cook? Every time we see them, they eating pizza or some type of processed food. Justine, do you actually cook for your kids? So with that, next thing we know, they're going to the grocery store, and I don't even know why we need to see that grocery store scene with them shopping with the whole family like they the damn Brady Bunch or something. But with that, we find out that Mike's mom, is apparently moving in with them because Mike's mom's house burnt down. Now, I'm sorry, y'all, but what are the odds that we have two houses being burnt up in the same season? Two different cast couples. What's the odds of that? I'm sorry. It just seemed weird. Now, I would hope, it could have happened. It could have happened. And they showed pictures. It did not look like her house completely was like from the top to bottom. It looks like the kitchen is a mess for sure, but it didn't look like it completely burnt all the way to the ground. But with that being said, I kind of tilted my head and I said, really, we got another house that has burnt down? Okay, but apparently now because of that, the mom is moving all the way to Vegas, even though his sister is still in Rhode Island, apparently, and his brother is still in Rhode Island. And I think his father is there as well, even though the father and the mother are not together. But what really threw me off is when he said that she took 2 trains and a bus to Las Vegas. I know you lying. At this point, it's probably just as expensive to take 2 trains and a bus versus you getting on a freaking plane and flying out there. The only thing I could think of is maybe the mother is terrified of flying and she don't believe in flying. You got people out there like that, and that's why she did that. But I'll be damned if I have a parent, especially a mother, traveling like that with no one. Like that is insane to me. But apparently she's moving with them. Okay, she's moving with them. And of course, Justine is freaking out because she doesn't know that she's pregnant, allegedly. And I'm sorry. You mean to tell me that you literally, all of your belongings is literally in these 2 little bags that you have here, and she's just sitting randomly at a bus stop waiting for Mike to pick her up. This looks like a setup scene where she has already been there at that house, or this was already planned and they just gave her some luggage. I I don't know. I don't know, but I guess we're gonna go with it. So randomly, the mother is just sitting there while the cameras are there waiting for her. And yeah, Mike comes, gives her a hug, puts the luggage in, and literally in the car, and they're driving back. And Justine is like flipping out, talking about how she's gonna go hide, and how at this point, she, if anything, just give her Maddie or whatever the case may be. And I love when Mel says, see, Mel and Kylie seem to be the only one who got some common sense. They got more common sense than their own parents. Mel was like, you are a grown woman, face your problems, and better yet, how about you just open up the door and get it over with when she comes? And I said, that's a dang on shame that Mel, a 17-year-old, got to tell you that you a grown woman and face your fears, face your problems, open up that door and just get it over with. No, she decided to go hide in the backyard, okay, and cover up her stomach. All right, so next thing you know, we see the mama coming in. And so naturally, this is why I say I feel like this is such a freaking scene. He's talking about some mom, like, when you come here, just go with the flow on how we have stuff done. Like, don't try to take stuff over. First of all, this seems all like they planned this, because that's just like the whole DNA test planning. There's no way in the world if that actually was accurate and the mother was going behind my back trying to do a DNA test on my child, she would never be living with us. Ever. Like, it wouldn't happen. Why would you want that type of energy around you? This is what I'm saying. This all seems to be a plot. So she gets in there. Of course, she's hugging all the grandkids, and she has Maddie. And This damn goofball. Like her facial expressions, I'm like, I swear you would think that we're dealing with a 17-year-old. Like, you're a grown woman. The mere fact that you feel like you have to hide your pregnancy when it comes to your own mother and your mother-in-law really should say a lot about how you know dang on well you feel guilty and you know you shouldn't be having another child. The fact that she was hiding like this and making all of these facial expressions, and she was like, no, I don't want her to see me. And Michael's like, man, just rip the Band-Aid off and stand up. Like, let's stop playing these games. And he's like, hey, mom, look. And then, of course, we see the mom looking shocked when she probably saw that big old belly. Okay. And then the episode goes off. Like, I don't know. Like, we clearly know nothing has happened to Justine. I'm going to assume that that baby is already here. I don't know if you guys follow her, but either the baby is already here or she's about to have that baby. Yeah. Yeah, definitely needs to grow up. Mike's mother will be the babysitter now, for real, and the cook, because she the only one who clearly cooked. I was like, every time we see them, they're eating pizza or they got some processed food. Like, cook. Like, it don't take much to sit up there, at least make them some eggs and sausage or something. Like, good grief. That's the same bus scene they had Troy's mom sitting in. Right. Same type of situation. Storyline much, right. Not the mama taking two Thomas the Trains in the Magic Scoop, but for real. I was just like, who does that? That's me, can't do planes. Really, Leo? So I'm assuming that means that you're from Texas. If you're not from Texas, you drove to Texas to get there. She's probably scared to fly. It could be. I just don't know if I would trust like a parent of mine, especially a mama, traveling like that across country. Like one of my siblings would have to like travel with her, and then I would fly the sibling back. Like, I just wouldn't feel comfortable with that. Like the train situation, I don't know. Mike is wrong for that cheap Priceline ticket. I said y'all could pay her a one-way for real, but maybe she afraid to fly. People on Reddit will speculate that Mike's brother was cooking that you know what. Ooh. Well, I don't know exactly what his preference was and what he got him incarcerated in the first place, but oh my gosh, Mike's mom is moving in or visiting. Apparently, she moving in. Apparently, that's the actual plot line. She's moving in. Yeah, that house was crazy. But then again, how many kids they got? But see, at the same time, though, to me, that should mean that your house is even cleaner. Because you know, every child should have a chore. The only one that shouldn't have chore is, of course, Maddie. But when you got that many kids, weekly rotations. This week you got the bathroom. This week you got the kitchen. Your bedroom, you better have that clean. So, yeah, there should be no reason. Those kids should be cleaning that house top to bottom. If something would have happened to Justine, Michael couldn't handle it. We saw him. He wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't be able to. That is for sure, which is why she pretty much saying she want Kylie to take care of those kids, but that's not fair to Kylie. It's not. It's just insane. So Justine and Michael went from matching clothes to now matching hairstyles. Ooh, I know. I know. That is weird as hell. Dumb way to end the episode, right? That's because they ain't got nothing else. It was boring. Mike's mom will also be a housekeeper too. Housekeeper, cook, all of that. Exactly. And them poor kids walk around eating cereal out of a solo cup. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, they both look like they so tired and so drained for having so many kids. They just let them run amok. They really, it seemed like it. Yeah, born and raised in Texas, but nope, won't fly. Hey, I understand. I totally understand. I don't know if anybody really enjoys flying, but you know, we just do what we got to do to travel. I don't know. But then again, I do have people who I think they actually love to fly. Like they love to take off. They love to, look outside. Some people love it, but I think most people, it's like, let's just get this over with so I can get to my destination. They did. They did have crap all over the house. And again, that don't look like the same house that they showed pictures of. That looks like a whole different house. It really does. But I mean, they still got that pool in the background, but that looked like a whole different house. No, thank you. I love to fly. Yeah, some people do. Some people do love to fly. I personally, I used to love to fly when I was a child, but the older I got, the more I just be like, oh my gosh, like I do it to get where I need to go. That's just it. If I could snap my fingers and be at every destination I need to be at, oh, that would be lovely. But it's definitely a process to fly, and it does take a toll on you too. Because after I travel, I be tired as hell. But yeah, so then at that point, the episode goes off. Yeah, it does, Chris. I said the same thing. That's a different, it does. It looks like it's a way different house. I don't know why they did that. And maybe for privacy reasons, they didn't want to, because, and that may be the case, because when you really think about it, a lot of people do like the real estate sites and stuff to look at pictures of homes. So maybe if they would have put pictures of their exact house and the landscape or the out, maybe they felt like people would know where they live. I don't know, but that definitely don't look like the same house. That's for sure. That is for sure. With my kind of luck, the plane I will be on with all don't say that. Don't say that will be on with all, no, don't say that. Don't say that. I mean, shoot, at the end of the day, a lot of people, they gotta relax before they get on a plane. You know what I'm saying? It could be because it's, I think a lot of people are afraid, well, with so many things that have happened, but again, you have no control. Like, you just have to pretty much trust God, trust the pilots to get you to your destination safely. So I get it. I get it. Justine probably grew up with the mama that kept on saying, if you get pregnant, I'm gonna, right. I know that's what my mama said to my sister one time. Well, here's the problem with that. If she did have a mama who kept telling her that, she never listened. If she did, she never listened. She had Kylie, I think, apparently as a teenager, and then she had Bentley and the other child. Probably, I don't know if it's that many years behind. So she keep having kids. So she ain't listening, and we clearly know she has no problem disrespecting her mother. She's disrespecting her mama on national TV, and Liv was like, "I don't care. I don't care." Mind you, you could tell before Mike came in the picture, the mother was pretty much helping Justine with everything when it come to them kids. I mean, the mother, apparently the house is in her mother's name. So that should tell you a lot right there. I will need a cocktail. There's a lot of people who need a cocktail before they get on the plane. Now, as long as you don't get belligerent as hell, and then you're going to be on one of them YouTube channels or one of them freaking reality shows getting kicked off the plane, you're good. But a lot of people need that to kind of make them calm. But with that being said, you guys, yeah, episode, that was it. That was it. It was, like I said, it was a W for whatever. It was not a great episode. We will have to see. I personally feel like we need to have both of the Ratchet mamas back. We need Ratchet Karen and we need Ratchet Rob's mom. Hell, as far as I see it, Karen and Rob's mama may need to have their own show. That may be a Mama D and Frankie in the making. R.I.P. to Frankie. Frank the Bank. But honestly, they could really probably have their own show, because every time they on screen, we're focused. We are. And when they not on screen, we're bored. We are definitely bored. Justine mother doesn't but yeah, Justine don't care, and now she has a plethora of kids. Exactly. I rode a train, no Diddy to I rode a train, no Diddy, to Jersey from VA. It was the longest travel ever. How long was that travel? Well, I guess it depends on where you are in VA, because I know from New York to DC is 4 hours. Leo do like Karen and the Two Candles. They make a show. I'm telling you, that would be a show that we will watch. 10 toes down. Yeah, bring the ratchet, because these episodes are boring. I'm telling you, we was getting a kick out of her being high in the dang on church. She was more entertaining than her freaking son and Zuzu could ever be. Like, seriously. So as far as I see it, and as messy as these reality shows be, I wouldn't put it past them to sit up there and keep Troy and Zeruiah on the next episode or the next season because of that. Now, the question I have for y'all is, before I go, do you feel all of this hoopla that I guess Karen is causing on social media, from what I'm hearing, do you feel it's legit, or she's purposely doing that for the sake of Troy and Zeruiah still getting attention and being able to be on another episode? Is this beef that she have with them really legit? Or is this a way to help them stay relevant? Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder. Crazy Karen and Chaotic Kate. Oh my God, that's her name, right? Isn't it Kate? Oh my gosh, they both K's. Oh my gosh. It's 24-hour Amtrak from Rochester, New York to ATL. I don't like to fly either. Well, I heard like those longer trains, they have like some nice rooms and stuff. Like you can have a nice little suite. They got like a queen size bed and all of that type of stuff. Like it's almost like a hotel on a train. So I heard those are nice. I heard the trains in Canada are super nice. Like you could take the trains from one side of Canada to the other, and those are like really, really luxury style trains with all the stops in between, like 12 hours. Oh, wow. Karen, okay, so you feel like that's legit. Okay, so you guys think, I think it's for, okay, think it's for attention so they can come back. Okay, so Latina and Miss T feel like it's legit. Leo think it's for attention. It makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder because the fact that she keep going in the way that she is, like when you really think about it, it's not destroying their reputation. Is more than anything is causing them to get people to talk about it. And to have Troy, Zeruiah, and Karen constantly to be a topic. So I don't know, because people will do some amazing things to stay relevant and to stay on TV, especially when them checks start getting higher, the more actual seasons you're on. I believe that that's Karen's true personality. I'm sure Z wouldn't let Karen go in like that on her if it was all an act. Well, I don't know to how much like what's going on, but clearly about the face shot, yeah, that's low. And then I saw somewhere, I didn't get a chance to look at the video, but I saw a video pop up saying that Karen said that Zeruiah stink. Now I can believe that. I'm sure her face stank. Her face looked like her face stink. Like she don't wash it properly. And the bumps and stuff, I could see that. Now I don't know what stinking she talking about, but I could see that being a problem. Miss Karen definitely said from her mouth, Troy and Zero boring, and it's no show without her. She ain't lying, but I do feel she's being honest and she's not doing it for any purpose other than exposing them. Well, she said she didn't like being exposed when she was at the church, so maybe this is her get back. I think it's legit. She doesn't like Z. I don't know how to spell her name. Neither do I. That's why I call her Zuzu Hattori. You're not alone. She probably does. So, yeah, you guys. So, I guess we'll have to see. But interesting enough, if it's a legit beef, one thing that this production company can do is purposely put Karen on the show just so some drama can pop off. At least I would hope they still know how to do that. Because the way that Karen is apparently going off, that they would be an idiot. They would be a straight fool not to have her at least hopefully still on this season, if not definitely next season. Literally. Like they need to have her back. Yeah, a stank face. Especially all that makeup she piled on her. Like she like her face don't look fresh. Like her face, I don't know. Like I think that she really needs to focus on her skin before she pile all of that makeup on. Because there's no makeup in the world that's gonna hide those bumps. I haven't seen none yet. But shoot, maybe there are miracles out there. I admit I haven't watched a lot of Karen's lives. So, hey, I haven't watched any of them. I just been hearing from my crew giving me the spiel about it and just seeing like thumbnails of people talking about, what Karen has been saying. And I was just like, damn, she going in. Like, what the hell is going on? You trying to say that's what her face looked like, Shayla? Shady, so shady. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. That was the end of this review. Like I said, our lives are always more entertaining than these freaking episodes. Let me see. I saw them trying to do a sexy photo shoot and it was child. They could keep that. Because Troy half of the time looked like a deer in headlights. I can't even see him giving a sexy photo shoot. Karen says Z stank. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what she was talking about. I'm assuming she was talking about the purr, but I didn't want to go there. But apparently, I guess she's talking about the purr, which makes me wonder Is it because she has experience like her walking away and possibly smelling it, or has Troy been talking too much? Because apparently we've already seen that Troy talked too much. So Zeruiah may need to go to her man about I don't know. I have to send it to you because he literally looks like a deer in head. That's what I'm saying. He always looked like that. He looked like that on the show. So I cannot get sexy photo shoot from him. And neither from her either, because she always looked like she pouting. You know what I'm saying? Like she got nuts all up in her cheeks and stuff. So I can't see that. Like seriously, I really can't twerk wine funky. Oh, I love y'all. Okay, y'all cutting up. Y'all cutting up. On that note, anyone who watches me who is crew or not crew and just watches, happy Veterans Day for all the crew members or people who watch who are veterans. We appreciate you. You guys go through a lot to protect this country. So thank you for your service, because there is no way in hell I would fight for this country. But the fact that you do, that's why I feel safe and I feel protected. So thank you. Happy Veterans Day to all of our vets tomorrow. Have a safe Veterans Day. If you plan on barbecuing, have some good barbecue for moi. Yes. Maybe that's why Karen was talking about this. Love you back, T Pretty. Yes, thank you for your services, because there is no way I could do it. There is no way I can do it. I would not be able to do it. It definitely takes a strong person to be willing to give their self for this country, to protect this country. So we appreciate you. We really do. So let me know in the chat when we continue the conversation if you are a veteran, so I can give you a personal shout out and send you a happy Veterans Day in the comments section. Let me know if you're a veteran. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful 3-day weekend. Oh, you work tomorrow? Child, I'm off tomorrow. Let me tell you something. Even if I wouldn't be off on a day like this, I purposely take off on purpose. Ain't nobody got time for that, child. But for those who got to work tomorrow, enjoy your day. I know Mondays can suck, but at the end of the day, enjoy your day. For those who are off, enjoy your day. Stay safe, you guys. Stay safe, because there's so many things going on in this world right now, and so just make sure you constantly stay positive and stay safe out there. You work tomorrow too? Oh, y'all can eat free anywhere tomorrow. Thank you. They sure can. I hope they take advantage of it too. I'm off tomorrow. I know that's right. That's why I did it today too, also, because I was like, there's probably some people off, so they wouldn't mind a late night. But for those who do have to work and still came for a late night review, I appreciate you also. So with that being said, love you guys. Have a safe evening, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.